Hey guys, Austin Bach, and it's time for some full block draft, finally. It's pre-release weekend, and they finally upgraded from triple Dragon's Maze draft to full block, so I'm definitely doing that now, because the other one was just a miserable format with a lot of 2/4s. Anyway, this first pack is pretty easy, I think. We're just going to take the Putrefy. Black and green are generally colors I enjoy being in. Beetleform Mage is the second best card in here for sure. Oh, maybe Spike Jester. I'm not actually sure how viable the Hyper Aggro Rakdos deck is in this format yet, but we'll find out. But certainly taking the premier removal spell of the block, pretty easy decision, and especially because now there are more artifacts thanks to the Cluestone cycle, and possibly a few keystones here and there, or rather key runes, but we'll see how that goes. But Putrefy is certainly one of the stronger removal spells in the set. Catch or Ready and Willing, what does this do? Seems pretty sweet. It's in some of our colors. But I'm pretty sure that the Gatekeepers is just better. We will have to prioritize gates in this particular set because that's where we're going to find the most of them. So we have to keep that in mind. The Woodlock Crawler also seems fine. Probably more as a sideboard card though, for obvious reasons. Ready and Willing is also quite good, so we'll have to watch out for that, but I don't think it's better than the Gatekeepers. I think having removal first is important, especially in this set, starting from Dragon's Maze. Alright, well I would like to take the Guild Gate, but I'm going to follow it up with the Rot Farm Skeleton, because this card is actually quite strong. So we're going to be looking to prioritize on our Return to Ravnica pack when we get to Golgari with a lot of scavenge creatures, so this guy becomes an enabler and a hard to kill threat. Other than that, Test Pilot is not a good card. This guy's fine, but we don't really want to be blue and white after picking good black and green cards. Battering Krasis is also fine. He'll evolve quite often, but I don't think it's better than the Skeleton by a long shot, so I'm going to take it here. Yeah, here I'm just going to take the Guild Gate. Don't really want to play down and dirty. Morgue Burst is also fine, but since we have the Gatekeepers, we almost certainly want to play gates. Like, this is the gate we will play, even if we end up not playing any white, just because of the Gatekeeper, which I think is true of a lot of the gates we're going to pick up in this format, even though I'm not sure how it's going to work out yet. Drown in Filth is half removal, half enabler, but not really enough of either that it's worth playing, I think, and except in multiples, which you're not going to get multiples in a full block draft, so I'm just going to take another gate. Not sure exactly how aggressively we need to be taking gates. I'm taking them pretty early here, but I think our first 3 picks were pretty strong, that we can pick up just about anything in the next 2 packs, and well, I mean the rest of this pack and the 2 following, obviously, that we don't really need to worry about playables. And since this is the format of a lot of people being in 3 colors, 18 land isn't unheard of, especially if we're like milling away some of our lands, but we'll see what happens. Alright, well, I could get another gate, but here I'm just going to take Fatal Fumes. Still haven't expanded beyond black and green yet. We might want to think about that soon. Toil and Tubble's pretty strong. Not as strong as removal. I'd rather just pick up all the removal we can in this pack and then pick up some solid bodies in the next 2. That's been my strategy at F&M so far, and it's worked out. Like, so far we have 2 of the best removal spells in Dragon's Maze. I think Fatal Fumes falls just behind the 5 mana burn spell, the expensive Searing Blaze, but still quite good, even as just a combat trick if you need it to be. There we go. So, Live Decree is actually quite strong, but you have to be kind of aggressive for it to work. So I don't think that's what we're going to do, because we look like we're going to be more of an attrition value removal deck. I think I might just take the Cluestone here. I mean, we could decide right now if we'd rather be blue or white, but I don't think it really matters. So let's see. Yeah, we're already looking at the RTR pack for our Golgari, so I guess we can look at blue for Dimir and pack number 2. Alright, well here's one Drown in Filth. I guess I'll take it here and hope the other one tables, because then I might consider playing both. But it's unlikely. Don't know if this guy's worth playing. We do have 2 gates already, one of which is on color to splash it if we wanted. I think we'll just take the broker there, or the black card rather. Just in case we face a hyper aggro deck. Like, he trades with the Spike Jester, which we saw earlier. So he's got that going for him. Steeple Rock is pretty strong. I think I'll take it here. We can reasonably splash it if we have to, or if we end up a little stronger in white. Like, I think I'm going to be looking at Orzhov primarily in the Gatecrash pack, and then Dimir secondarily if I think white's being cut. It's really hard to tell in the Dragon's Maze pack what's being cut, just because there's like such a smorgasbord of different colors. Alright, well, we don't have to worry about colors with Golgari Cluestone, so I guess I'll just take it here. No tough decisions between Dimir and Simic Cube, or Cluestone. And we can reasonably sack it if we have to. Oh, a foil Drown in Filth. Don't remember if this is the same one, but I'll take it here. And now we're definitely going to hope that Golgari is open in the 3rd pack, because we have quite the enablers already for it. Not a big fan of splashing a Divination, but I guess I'll take it, because it's not unheard of, and we already have 2 blue sources between the Cluestone and the Guildgate. So yeah. And Wake the Reflections is not really playable. Let's see what our final unplayable card is before we head into the Gatecrash here. Mind Static, just what I needed. Alright, we'll come back for the next pack. Alright, so Frontline Medic is possibly worth splashing, but I don't think I'm actually going to take it here. And I kind of want to take this Death's Approach. The problem is we have all these graveyard enablers, but they only count for our own graveyard, so it's actually not as much of a combo as it looks. Don't actually know. Maybe I even take the Verdant Haven, since we didn't get a ton of fixing in the 1st pack. I mean, we also don't know what our 3rd color is yet, if any. I think I might just take the Frontline Medic here, because it's obviously the highest power card in this pack, and there's nothing else that I really care about. Death's Approach is only really good if you are playing like against the deck that I'm playing. Like, if someone else ends up with it, it'll be decent against me. But yeah, this is a solid splash, I think, just for the grindier late games that we're going to be hoping to get into. Let's see here. Syndic of Tides is probably the best card in this pack. I could take a Drakewing Krasis, but we are kind of trying to move away from blue and into white now. Now that I think about it, we're actually not tied to Golgari right now. Like, we can splash this guy and possibly not even play these Drown in Filths. So I'm just going to take the Syndic, because it's clearly the best card in here. We could go for some Whispering Madness craziness and just go all in on the Golgari plan, but that could fire back at us if the Return to Ravnica pack doesn't go as well as we hope. Treasury Thrall is worth splashing. I guess I can play it here. So it returns artifacts, creatures, and enchantments. Oh, so that combos with the Cluestones. So you learn new things every time you block draft with this block. I'll take it here. Daring Skyjack is also fine. Less good in this format, I think, because there's more ways to defend against early aggression that Boros kind of ran away with in the Gatecrash, triple Gatecrash format, that is. And this would be a good Boros pack if we were doing triple Gatecrash. I have to get out of that mindset. Other considerations are Denizen, even though we only have 1 green creature right now, so it's certainly not the pick. I'll just take the Bomb here. We need some ways to win the game. We have some decent early game action with Putrefy and Fatal Fumes and whatnot. What do we have here? Another Halberdiers. I think I just take the Guild Mage here. Yeah, nothing else really worth taking here. Massive Raid is possibly the best card in here. But yeah, I don't actually know if the ratings of cards went up or down in full block, but Massive Raid still seems fine, especially in grindier matches. Devour Flesh is solid removal. Could take this Guild Gate, but again, I'd rather it be like an Orzhov Guild Gate to splash white. Like, I'll certainly play this Simic Guild Gate. It's possibly even correct to play the Dimir Guild Gate just because of the gatekeepers, but I do want as much early removal as we can. Like Drown in Filth. Depending on how our Golgari looks in Return to Ravnica, we'll consider playing this or not, but I don't like it just as removal and nothing else, because like it's just not consistent. Like, you can hope it'll kill a 2 toughness guy, but it can completely whiff, and then you wasted your turn 2 and you're getting beat down. So we'll see what happens. Alright, well, white does look to be open. I'll take a Smite here. Even though this is looking a little more, I mean, I'm not really sure if this is going to be an aggressive deck or not, but Frontline Medic would point towards it being that. But we do have some Extort guys that we can sit back on, and like the First Striker that they can try to Blood Rush past or something. Smite seems fine. We can go predominantly Orzhov splashing green for whatever we find in RTR. That seems fine to me. Yeah, I'll take a Skyjack. Looks like we are going to be more of an aggressive deck, which I am fine with. Our curve doesn't look terrible. I'll cut this Pilfered Plans for sure. Contaminated Ground actually seems better in this format, but I'm not going to take it just because there's other playables in here. I'll take the Assault Griffin here. Illness in the Ranks is pretty sweet against Selesnya. Like, people talked about it in like Legacy or Modern to stop Splinter Twin combo, but neglected to mention that the set that preceded it was full of creature tokens that dominated the format, so if that comes back around, I can add that to my sideboard quite happily. Aerial Maneuver is a fine trick. I don't know if we need it because we already have other removal, like quite a bit of it actually, so I'll take it here because there's not much else we consider. Don't really like Beck and Apparition very much. Corpse Blockade is probably fine. I mean, I don't mind having different elements of aggroing control. Like, it worked fine for Orzhov in the past to put minimal pressure on them while holding them back with walls. Shadow Slice. We have one legitimate flyer. Well, 2 actually. 2 guys with evasion. I don't know. I can't think of any guys with like straight up evasion in these colors in RTR other than the white flyers, like Sunspire Griffin. Yeah, I'll take the Shadow Slice, sure. We could use some more quote-unquote bomb cards, because we don't have that many ways to close out games yet. Hopefully that'll change soon. Fine, if you want me to take the Beck and Apparition, I'll just take it. Alright, so that's the first 2 packs in the books, so we'll be back for Return to Ravnica.